You'll notice he no longer suffers delusions of humanity.
Affirmative.
Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm not gonna do what everyone thinks I'm gonna do. And flip out, man.
Has editing your content become a burden, or you just don't have the skill set?
I wish I could focus on content production, but post-editing takes so much time and effort.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
We'll look no further. Here at Asylum 99 Studios, I can help you create professional quality videos that will be sure to captivate viewers. With my creativity and skill, along with your content, assets, and ideas, I can bring your vision into the simulation. I offer the following services: video clipping and organization, content creation, VFX, SFX, and motion graphics, intro and outro assets. Requests may be taken upon further discussion. So if you're a content creator, short on time because you're out living your best life, or you wish you could focus all your energy into producing content, reach out to Asylum 99 Studios today.
What are you waiting for?
What am I waiting for? What am I waiting for?
Don't settle for mediocre videos. Hire me as your freelance video editor and create videos that meet your standards. Asylum 99 Studios. Release your creativity.
What's going on, Ken folks? Today we're going to talk about an oldie but a goodie. And what is that, you might ask? If you haven't ascertained from the title by now, we're going to talk about fluoride today. And we're going to talk about how they walked us down into dumping vats and vats and vats full of this poisonous chemical into your drinking, showering, and general purpose water sources. Okay. A lot of people still don't take this seriously. You know why I know that? Because your crazy ass is still at Safeway buying Colgate.
Why, you stupid fuck!
You still drinking water straight from the tap. You still drinking water straight from these factories. So without too much fear mongering, let's get into it.
They knew in the 20s that sodium fluoride was a deadly chemical weapon that had a cumulative effect that fractured the bones, the teeth, that attacked every organ in the body, particularly glands, calcified them. Thousands of studies by the 50s. They took the toxic waste, but used the term fluoride as a whole subgroup of over 100 deadly chemicals. Lead, mercury, arsenic, just on and on and on that they dump in your water.
The fight to warn the unsuspecting populace of the dangers of dumping industrialized hydrofluorosilicic acid into the public drinking water system in order to release fluoride ions to meet the CDC recommendations to a level of 0.7 to 1.2 milligrams per liter in order to help prevent tooth decay has been an ongoing battle for over a decade.
This is some bullshit!
Now, not to take a dump all over my grandparents' generation and my great-grandparents' generation, but they're talking about the mid-900s, 1900s for you normies. They got lazy. They grew up doing labor on their family's farms. You know what I'm saying? Before child labor laws and all that stuff. And by the time they started growing up, we had money. Well, money was getting cemented because we started using the dollar in the 1930s with the Federal Reserve.
Hey, I'm not gonna say what race, what people, I can't say that.
You know, stuff like that. But they got lazy. They turned over, overseeing their own lives, and they handed it over to the fraudulent so-called federal government. And that's how we got here today. Right? Because me, I'm only in my 30s. There was no way I could have stopped this. There's no way I can stop it now. All I can do is not brush my teeth with that shit. Not drink it. and we find ourselves getting ready to repeat history.
Occupational Safety and Health Administration, otherwise known as OSHA, is a U.S. agency that requires companies to produce a material safety data sheet, or an MSDS, for every chemical product in the market. The MSDS that Mosaic produces for their fluoride product will make your hair stand on end.
So what we find in the case of Mosaic, their hydrofluorosilicic acid, is that it is not a pharmaceutical grade product. It is an industrial grade chemical.
Man, this is some bullshit!
Now, what were they telling you all through your childhood? Fluoride is going to make you grow big and strong. Right? The whole time, it's an industrial chemical. They fooled our elders into consuming poison and normalizing it. Because this really got solidified around the time my parents were born and coming up. You know what I'm saying? So how could I expect my parents to know better when that's all they know from their parents? Y'all just letting these people do this to us, and everybody just keep their heads down. Everybody, not just the people out there, everybody. They're just keeping their heads down. Well, ain't nothing I can do about it. Might as well just take my death like a man. There is something you can do about it. You can arm yourself with knowledge. You can think critically. You can think for yourself. We only got here because people are too lazy to think. Y'all have allowed the federal U.S. corporation to think for you. And now we got to pay the price. And that price is with a lot of lives.
And under Section 2, hazard identification, it identifies a health hazard as being corrosive to the skin, the eyes, and the mucous membranes. If you come in contact with it through the skin or inhalation or ingestion, such as swallowing it, it may cause severe irritation and burns.
Water fluoridation is the dispensing of a drug.
This is not chlorine. This is not any number of the other chemicals that are used to treat the water.
Fluoride is being put in specifically to alter you physically, to make a physical change in you.
Fluoride is a drug, is a medicine.
Prozac is a fluoride product. Zoloft is a fluoride product. Virtually all of your psychotropic drugs, almost all of those that are mood elevators. And one of the reasons being is because it has this tremendous capacity to affect serotonin.
Prozac is made almost entirely from fluoride molecules. It is, like SSRI drugs, are similar molecularly to some of the elements in fluoride.
What I'm driving at with this video today, kinfolk, is this. If it's got a ABC Soup Can Corporation label on it, it is a weapon. Your food, your water, your air, what you listen to, and what you look at are all being used as weapons. They are all under the control of these soup can corporations. Okay? It is time to stop trusting them. If you trust these institutions after all that's happened in the past 5 years, you fooling and drooling. There's nowhere else. There's no other way to say it. You sleep at the wheel. And quite frankly, you're useless to humanity.
Remember the school shootings in Columbine, Colorado? They were on SSRI drugs. Those drugs make your mind think that you're not living in the real world, that you're actually just sort of experiencing a false reality. And I think fluoride has much the same effect.
There is absolutely no drug on the market that's given in a one-dose-fits-all situation.
Now, did you hear him? He's saying that the psychotropic drugs put you in a false reality. You mean like the Matrix? The pharmaceutical Matrix? The first layer, well, I wouldn't say the first layer, but a layer. And see, people think the Matrix is just one big thing. No. There's levels to that shit, right? For instance, with the fluoride, as they're saying, in your mind, it's altering your mind. Not your brain. It's altering your mind. It's disconnecting you from your body, your brain. Your mind and your brain are not the same thing. You are the mind and you control your brain. Well, you can control your brain. We don't really do it because of things like fluoride. But As he was saying, you live in a false reality. So you're all fluorided out. You're going to believe the vaccine is safe and effective. You're going to believe there's more than 2 genders, right? You're going to believe that we're in the greatest economy ever and that Joe Biden is the most popular president of all time. You're going to believe these things. You're going to believe that Kim Kardashian's pappy is a woman. You're going to believe that your child knows what gender they want to be. You're going to believe all that crazy shit. You're going to believe that your ass ain't about to get taken to a FEMA camp. All right?
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with y'all? You niggas are crazy.
We don't put other things in the water to try to keep everybody's blood pressure down or everybody's stroke risk down. And there's no reason why we should be trying a one-size-fits-all approach for this either.
Hydrofluosilicic acid, what is that? Hydro's water, fluo, fluoride, silicic, sand, and it's missing an electron. It's acidic. It'll kill you. You take your hand, dip it in like that, you're going to die. Hydrofluosilicic acid does not occur in nature. It's a man-made molecule. And it eats through concrete, glass, stainless steel, fiberglass, plastic. You name it, it'll eat it.
So, with all of that stuff said, and hearing the side effects, that leaves me with one question. Just how strong are our physical bodies for us to take onslaughts of poison? I'm in my 30s. I got here in the 90s. I've been consuming poison my whole life, and I'm still here talking to you ninjas. How strong is the human body? Right? Or are they only using trace amounts to kill us slowly over time so that we don't notice it? That's what we got to figure out.
So why are we putting that in the water?
You see, hydrofluoric acid won't eat through plastic. It will, however, dissolve metal, rock, glass, ceramic.
The corporocratic fluorosilicic acid market is set to grow from its current market value of more than $670 million to over $1 billion by 2025, as reported in the latest study by Global Market Insights Incorporated.
The thing is, the aluminum industry and the fertilizer industries, they would have to dispose of this, and the government is not going to allow you to dispose.
So it's a big joke. Dispose of it in our brains.
So they put it in your brains.
Responding to the outcry, Lester Holt, chief propagandist at NBC News, attempted to keep the dying pro-fluoride narrative alive.
The CDC calls it one of the most important advances of the 20th century. But as Aaron McLaughlin reports, it's the latest front in the culture wars.
Major health organizations, including the CDC, the American Dental Association, and the American Academy of Pediatrics, support fluoride in drinking water.
Man, this is some bullshit.
Didn't I just tell y'all that if a ABC soup can corporation put their label on it, that it's a weapon? You just heard all the effects of this chemical. And the punk ass CDC gonna run around talking about it's approved. To hell with you niggas.
Pussy ass niggas.
But it's been rejected by dozens of communities throughout the U.S. in recent years, with activists determined to press further.
Regardless of the propaganda, those with the ability to still critically think instinctively know there is a lot more to the story. John Bound reporting for InfoWars.
There you have it, kinfolk. Now, this is a subject that I expect a lot of you to actually know about. If you don't know that there's fluoride in this water, you dead. Because I don't know what to do. You don't know that they've been putting fluoride in the water? I've known they've been putting fluoride in the water most of my life. I wasn't able to do much about it for most of my life, but when I found out, I made a change. Non-fluoride stuff, purifying my water. You need to do the same. If you are out here buying your churn, fluoridated toothpaste, you need to be arrested. Sitting there spiking your own kids. Something's got to change. This is what makes me think that y'all like this. That y'all don't care that this happens. Or that you're just weak and that you have no hope in humanity. Right? Or man, whatever you want to call it. But I don't really expect much from the people who fought over toilet paper and bowed down to the vaccine mandates. The information is out there. People like me bring it to you. It is up to you what you choose to do with that information once you heard it, because you can no longer say that you didn't know. So let's get our act together, shall we? Peace.
You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy. So say goodnight to the bad guy. Go on.
I am a human being. I exist.
Delusions, Mr. Wordsworth. Delusions.
Send the word.